Good afternoon, folks. I'm Tom Johnson with Minuteman Financial. We're here today, Lou Bridges from Lou Bridges and Associates, to talk about the hottest topic and the hottest subject in news today that affects you. It's about mortgages. It's about the depressed real estate market and the fact that you bought a home that now is underwater, meaning it is valued far less than the balance of your mortgage. You didn't do anything wrong. You're the victim, and you hear all day long about the news and all the media about what's going on, and a lot of it doesn't make sense to you. So we're here today to crisply define for you and explain to you not only what's happened, but what your options are and what it means to you and what you can do. So, Lou, I'd just like to ask you to just give a real brief explanation, but much to the point, in terms of what is this thing that people are hearing called foreclosure defense, and what is the objective, and what is the benefit to the homeowner?
Well, that's well put. Foreclosure defense is really a new field of law, and that has arisen as a result of the events that occurred from around 1998 through 2008, when real estate values were increased by, across the country, about 131%, more than double. And it turns out that there was a lot of misinformation, misrepresentations that were made to people when the mortgages were originated. There was inflated appraisals that were given. There was the full disclosures required by the laws, state and federal laws, were not complied with by the loan originators. And basically the loan originators got the homeowners into a situation that it was unfair. It's an unfair situation. They were unfairly taken advantage of. So now,
In what way?
well, the average situation is you've got a home that that you need to purchase. You're looking to buy a home. It's in a nice neighborhood, and it's $350,000. Well, it's a 2,000 square foot home. It costs about $75, maybe $85 a foot to build. The lot and everything. It shouldn't be more than about a $150,000 home. But homes are going for $300,000, and you need to buy it. So the mortgage originators say, "Don't worry, we can get you a loan for $300,000. We'll get you a 0% loan." Well, in 2 years, when I have to start paying interest on that, what happens then? The originator said, "Well, don't worry, we'll refinance then." And real estate values are going up and up, and the home will be worth. Real estate values are going up 10% a year. So in 2 years, this $300,000 home will be worth $360,000. We'll get you a $360,000 loan. We'll pay off the $300,000 loan. You'll have $60,000 in your pocket, and it'll be another 0% for 2 years. And somebody says, well, and the brokers say that's the way things are done. As it turns out, these brokers were getting $20,000, $40,000, $60,000 commissions from Wall Street banks, because these loans were being bundled and packaged and sold as mortgage-backed securities. Now, this is what's called a Ponzi scheme. The more real estate value goes up, the more attractive these mortgage-backed securities are.
Mm-hmm.
The more attractive these mortgage-backed securities are, the more real estate goes up. So it's what Bernie Madoff was doing, only on a massive, much bigger scale.
Now, the implication to you is this. You have a choice. You can continue paying in that mortgage, and you can continue to give a gift every month to the mortgage servicer.
What it is.
Or you can do battle in the courts with good representation to achieve a far better result for you, short-term and long-term. And that is what we're here to discuss today, and I'd like you, Lou, to explain from the lawyer's point of view and your mission and purpose in foreclosure defense.
By foreclosure defense, there's strength, and we oftentimes don't even have to go to court, because if you want a strategic default is the answer, and you basically are saying that it's a $300,000 house, or $150,000 house, let's start over, okay? I'm sorry.
That's right. Okay, Lou, what is, as you see it, from the position of a foreclosure defense attorney? What is the objective and what is the benefit to the homeowner, short-term, long-term?
We're talking either a strategic default, or if you've already defaulted, defending the case, fighting in the courts. And the objective, obviously, is a reduction of principal balance, a restructuring of the loan to reflect the current fair market value of the home, a 30-year fixed rate mortgage at a low interest rate. That is in the holder of the mortgage's better interest than a foreclosure, and it's certainly in the homeowner's better interest. Because of everything that's coming out, and because of the strength and the legal arguments that we have, and the evidence that we have from the audits, we can put ourselves, we're in a very strong position to defend the mortgage. So I can fight this mortgage foreclosure action that a bank mortgage servicer are bringing. I can fight this for 2, 3, 4 years, and I can take it up on appeal, and I may very likely win, and the homeowner could possibly get the home free and clear. On the other hand, my home, that wouldn't be fair either.
No, no.
But my homeowner, my client, was taken advantage of by the originator.
Okay.
And the home is not worth $400,000 or
Right.
$300,000. It's a $150,000 or $200,000 home. My homeowner can pay a mortgage that way. If you foreclose, it's still only a $150,000 or $200,000 home. You're not going to sell it for any more than that, if you ever get it from us, and you're not going to get it from us, because we are going to fight this case, and we have the evidence, and we have the attorneys that know how to do it. And so you're not going to get the home, and even if you do get the home, then you're going to have to sell it, and you're still only worth $150,000, $200,000. So what I'm saying is, right now, the smarter thing to do, and the smarter business decision to do, and the fair justice thing to do, is to restructure this mortgage to reflect the current fair market value of the home. That means if you have a $300,000 mortgage on a home that's worth $150,000, you're going to stop paying. And it's going to stop paying. You're not going to make a mortgage payment. You're not going to pay the taxes for a year, 2 years, 3 years, as long as it takes. And then when we sign a new note and a new mortgage for $140,000, giving my homeowner, my client, some equity in the $150,000 home, my homeowner will resume making payments and resume paying the taxes and the insurance. The homeowner is going to be better off. The bank holder of the mortgage is better off.
Okay. So at this point, if I can just recap quickly then, Lou, basically the homeowner has to default on the mortgage. The mortgage company is going to pay the taxes because the homeowner is not.
They're not going to lose. They're not going to lose that home. If they don't pay the taxes, it's fine. Then we'll have somebody come in and pay the taxes, and that'll extinguish the mortgage.
Understand, but the mortgage company.
They have always. We have over 500 cases. They pay in the taxes in every single case.
No, they got more invested. They're going to protect that. They're not going to lose it in a tax sale. And this is important for you, Mr. Homeowner, to understand. The mortgage company is not going to allow the property to get out of their control. And your attorney is not going to allow it to get out of his control. And with the audit and with the factual evidence and support that you have generated and used as defense, it strengthens the position for the homeowner to really build a case and win the case.
And meanwhile, during the process, you're going to be saving a lot of money, because our fees, our monthly fees, are about a third of what you'd be paying on a $300,000 mortgage, about a quarter of what you'd be paying on a $300,000 mortgage.
Understand.
And so you're going to save up some money for 2 or 3 years. But it doesn't even necessarily always have to go to a lawsuit.
Right.
If you have the attorney write the letter, if you have us, we have a whole process that we engage in, where we say, we have been engaged by our client to negotiate a restructure.
Mm-hmm.
While we are in the process of negotiating this restructuring, my client is going to suspend payment of the principal, interest, taxes, and insurance.
Mm-hmm.
By doing it this way, I have arguably that the client hasn't defaulted. So you really, all we're saying is that, hey, this is a financial decision. This property is worth $150,000. It would be stupid for me to pay a $300,000 mortgage on it. I want to restructure, and until I restructure, we're going to suspend payment.
Understand.
That's not a default on the mortgage. I'm not reneging. I'm not saying that I don't owe a mortgage.
Right.
So I don't think you should just stop payment and hire an attorney later, quite frankly.
No. No, that, I agree, Lou, and I think it's important. This is this whole game is it's a game, it's a
Yes.
strategy, and has to be executed in a logical, rational, meaningful way that is going to position you in the best way in the eyes of the court, and no question about it.
And hopefully we won't even have to go to court, but if we do go to court, we will have the audits. And we've talked about the audits in other conversations, but
Right.
the audits are the key, because that way I have something where I can say, now look, this is what a third party found.
Right.
And
I'd like to point out here that it's extremely important that the courts operate on fact. They operate
Yes.
on execution and enforcement of the law.
and justice.
It is justice. It's not an emotional thing. You, Mr. and Mrs. Homeowner, are deeply involved with emotion in this situation. Very much so. It is vital, it's important that you understand that making this kind of decision is a legal, factual process that is enforced in the courts and ruled on in the courts. And please, struggle as you may, remove as much of the emotion from it as you can, and let the attorneys do the job for you.
That is good.